My second new technology is called Google My Maps. So if you go to Google and type in Google My Maps, it will be your first choice. And as long as you are signed into Google, then this is the screen that you will get. So the reason why I think Google My Maps would be a good resource for teachers to have is you can create custom maps that you're able to share, and it's also going to be good for the social studies curriculum because you can do a variety of different maps. Now I teach kindergarten, so this is not something my students would be able to do by themselves, but it is something that I can show them. Our social studies curriculum stays within just discussing our community, but a lot of times my students will mention a different city or a different town, and we like to pull up a map and see where that is located compared to where we live. So this would be a great thing for my kindergartners to use, but it's probably more geared to the older students. So students would be able to put together an activity or complete a project. The one project I've kind of thought about is Flat Stanley. So you read the book Flat Stanley, and each student gets to mail out a Flat Stanley to a family member. And that family member takes Flat Stanley somewhere in their city, they document it, and then they send it on to another family member. It goes around for a while until it returns back to the student. And some families are really great about getting him all over the place. So I'm going to use my demonstration today discussing the Flat Stanley. And so teachers then are able to take that learning experience and use this digital tool to promote student learning and creativity. So let's take a look on how this is going to look. So you come up here to create a new map, and you will see a picture of the United States. And up here you can title your map. I am going to call this Brody's Flat Stanley Map. We're going to save it. And we're going to zoom in to find our hometown, which is, I teach here in Newton, Kansas. So there it is. Up here, you're going to click on Add Marker. And I'm going to mark Newton. I'm going to put Newton, Kansas. And as a description, I would have my student put, my Flat Stanley started in Newton. And save. Now you have the option of changing your marker to a different color, and you can change the picture. I'll put a star because that's where we started. And let's pretend that Brody sent her Flat Stanley all the way to Kansas City. So we're going to add a new marker, put it on here, and we'll put Kansas City, Kansas, or Missouri. My Flat Stanley visited my grandma and grandpa in Kansas City. And save. We can change it just so it sticks out. And let's say that they went for a bike ride. Maybe Flat Stanley took a ride into Kansas City. So what we can do with this is you can draw a line. It's going to click on our driving route. So from Newton, maybe they're going to go this way to Kansas City. So then we can, the students can see, sorry about that, the route that Flat Stanley went. So now, zoom back out. Let's say that the next stop, what happened here? I can't, there we go. Okay, let's mark another place here. Let's say they go to Ohio, and we'll put Columbus, Ohio. My Flat Stanley went to Ohio to visit my cousin and save. And let's say they went to a restaurant. There we go. Another option is to measure distance and the area. So we could say that let's measure from Kansas City to our spot in Ohio. And you click on it and it'll tell you that it went 612 miles. Let's try one more location for Flat Stanley and then we'll get him back home. Let's see. How about we look at Bowling Green? Flat Stanley also visited another cousin in Bowling Green. We can save it. And how about they went shopping? So let's see the distance from Columbus to Bowling Green, 289 miles. And let's get our Flat Stanley all the way back to Newton. Flat Stanley returned to Newton. So we can save. Now if you look over here, it is showing the different places that her Flat Stanley went to. So Newton, then Kansas City, then Columbus to Bowling Green, and back to Newton. And as I scroll over it, you will notice on my map over here, it'll highlight it, or kind of circle around it, so then you can see. I forgot to mention that you can add an image or a video into that spot. A little bit higher level for my kiddos. So yeah, there's Google Maps. Again, there's a whole lot more to it, but this is just an activity that I thought would be beneficial for some of the students that are able to do the Flat Stanley project. So it's a pretty neat website, and it's free, and it would be great for students of all ages.